Good morning, everyone. So, welcome back to my channel, Corporate Bytes, and today I'm your training Kabir Khan. So, today we'll be learning two interesting topics related to the current scenarios, which is the inflation and the shrinkflation. So, let's get started. So, let me present my screen. Yeah, these two terms are related to the economics, inflation and the shrinkflation. So, let's get started. Yeah. First thing we will understand the meaning of the inflation, what exactly the meaning of the inflation is. So in Hindi, if I say the inflation is nothing but we will call it like the mehengai. You know that prices are getting increases day by day that results in the decrease in the purchasing value of the money. So inflation is nothing but prices get increased due to which people will buy the lesser quantities. So that's the basic definition of the inflation. So when the prices get increases, that will have the impact on the budget of the middle class people. So for that reason, they will decreases their quantity because they couldn't able to afford because of the increases in the prices. So that's the short definition of the inflation. So, but inflation, there are types of the inflation. So let's understand one by one. So first is the demand pull inflation. So demand pull inflation is nothing but there will be a more demand and less supply. So the demand will be more and the supply will be less. So that's also result in the type of the inflation, which we call it like the demand pull inflation. For example, uh, if I take the example of the coffee shop, so if the coffee shop increases the price and daily my habit is to drink the coffee while I'm on the way to the office, and my favorite coffee shop increases the price of the coffee even though I will prefer to buy from that shop. So that is the demand pull inflation. So demand pull inflation, in short, the demand will be more and the supply will be less. Second, let's discuss about the cost push inflation. Cost push inflation is the something like, for example, if I am the manufacturer, so I produces XYZ product, and for that the raw material which I purchase from the various vendors. So if there is an increase in that raw material cost, definitely I have to increase my product prices. So that's called the cost push inflation. If I take the example of the coffee shop only, so for example, there is XYZ favorite coffee, or take the example of the Starbucks. So in the Starbucks, usually for example, the price of the coffee is around 250, but if the coffee beans from they purchase, so the product for the coffee shop is the coffee beans. So if the prices of the coffee beans increases, definitely the price of the coffee also increases. So the price of the coffee beans, if the price of the coffee beans increases, that's form part of the cost push inflation. And after increasing the prices, even though I'm preferring that, that's part of the demand pull inflation. So that's the two difference between this. So third is the stagflation. So stagflation is a low rate of the deflation and high rise of the inflation. First thing, stagflation, it's a combination of the demand pull inflation and the cost push inflation. So usually stagflation is nothing but it's a combination of demand pull inflation and the cost push inflation. And during the stagflation, what happened is the low rate of the deflation. So just to give the deflation definition, deflation is the inverse of the inflation. So in the deflation, the prices get decreases, result in increase in the purchasing value of the money. So low rate of the deflation and the high rise of the inflation is nothing but the stagflation. So next, move to the another slide, shrinkflation. Yeah. So due to the increase in the various elements of the product cost, such as the raw material, labor, and the power cost, and so on, the manufacturer are compelled to follow the shrinkflation as the increasing cost eat up their profit margin. So shrinkflation is the practice of reducing the size of the product while maintaining its sticker price. So nowadays, if we are looking after the Parle-G biscuit, the cost remains the same. The product price, I mean, the small packet of the Parle-G remains same, that is 5 rupees, and the large packet is 10 rupees. but if you notice, they have reduces the quantity. So instead of increasing the prices, if the company is reducing the quantity, that's it's called like a shrinkflation. The another example is the lace. So nowadays you're saying that the air is getting increases and the chips are getting reduced. So that is due to the shrinkflation. So because of the multiple factors are there, like the more market competition. So the manufacturer don't prefer to increase the price due to the various factors. So instead of increasing the prices, what they do, they prefer to decreases the quantity. So that is called as a shrinkflation. Yeah. So that is all about the inflation and deflation. So that's all from my end. So see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. Bye bye.